When you stop trying to be nice, you end up being more magnetic to other people because you are safe within your own body to be yourself, to be who you are willing to be, regardless of what others think. But you are not doing this living in negativity, as most of my videos on the channel are guided towards being in positive, elevated states and being connected to spirituality. We have let go of the negative blocks to feeling love. We can actually be ourselves, comfortable within our own frame, sure of ourselves, where we then begin to own it and not need it to be returned back to us in the form of validation to be a particular person. We are ourselves, we are safe, we are loving, we want to help others. You do it coming from a place that you own the person that you are. This person that you practice in the meditations, I will link one in the top corner here, the one on self-love. The more you love yourself, the more that others who resonate with the real you are going to come into your life. They will be attracted to your magnetic energy because the blocks to love have been removed. And whenever they do return, we use the letting go technique, not trying to battle the negative thoughts and emotions. I've helped you become a conscious being that is now living in awareness. You are awareness that observes the old program. We are no longer consumed by the program. We are elevated states of consciousness, living temporary human experiences that have the tools to deal with all of the bad things. And we get to embody and enjoy all of the good things where we focus more of our attention. And that's the state that we choose to be in. But when you own it, you are not being nice to people. Now, being nice, being kind are two different things. Being nice comes from the programmed self that is being nice for a certain result to be mirrored back to us. So I see that person, they're struggling with something, so I'm going to go be nice to them so that they can appreciate me being nice to them and I get a payoff from that. Or I'm going to be nice to this attractive person so that they can make me feel like I'm attractive in return. In the building of relationships like that, there is a neediness. It comes from the people pleaser, a neediness. You are not just being kind, but being comfortable within your own frame that you don't need anything in return. Being nice is being manipulative, that you need to be validated in return. So when you stop trying to be nice, you become more magnetic to the people around you. You are just yourself. You don't need to be a particular way. And there is a knowingness, a willingness to be spiritually connected or just be someone who lives in elevated states. Regardless of the judgment from others, we are free to be ourselves. We no longer have to put on a mask or be someone who is fake around others. You help them because you love life. You love your life. You're going through the personal development. You're going through the personal growth through watching my content, my past content leading up to now. You're doing an excellent job. If you're here, you're watching my videos, you're learning. You're more spiritually connected with yourself. You're in alignment with what your passion and purpose is through the higher self's messages. You believe in something greater. You know that God has our back. And this elevated state that you feel is no longer dependent on the outer world. It's dependent on you. And you create that from the awareness of not being consumed by the program anymore. So when you're trying to be nice, it is a form of manipulation. I'm going to be nice to you. I want you to validate me in return. I'm going to be nice to you. What can you do back for me in return? Rather than the word nice, I'd rather be kind to people. Kind. You help for the sake of wanting to help. You want nothing in return. You are you. You don't need anything in return. And this is not a self-centered way of being towards it. It's, you feel so good about your life. You feel love and joy and inner peace. We are at oneness with ourselves. The stillness of all that inner work you do with the meditation, elevating your state, being connected with your dream business, your dream passion. You can start doing that on the side. You don't have to wait to quit your job. You can start doing it now. When you stop being nice to get things handed back to you in return, you stop trying to manipulate the outer world, and the manipulation comes from trying to control it. And controlling it is trying to have a means to an end happen for you to feel a certain way by that result. But when you are kind without needing that result, you are just doing it for the sake of doing it. It becomes an end of itself. You help them, you donate money, walk away from it, you don't need anything in return. I do it because I love life, I love people. You help them for the sake of wanting to help. So expecting a certain result comes from living in attachment. When you're living in attachment, that is the need for validation in return, the need for success to happen from other people making us feel successful. And trying to separate being kind and being nice. When you're a person that's an empath, that feels other people's energies, you're trying to make them feel a certain way about you. Because there's a feeling of you are vulnerable to how other people feel, and you're also a victim to, if you get a vibe that someone doesn't like you, you don't have the courage to be disliked. You're then trying to control the outer. And with our third eye, which is part of the energetic chakras, I'll put beside me here. With your third eye, you tune to other people with your energy to see how they feel. And when they don't feel a particular way about you, you feel uncomfortable. And it makes you want to fix how they feel about you or whatever situation. If they're in a room and they're really angry, even if it's not towards you, the empath in you wants to go up and try to give that person a hand. When you change the energy to, I'm in elevated states, I can be kind to help them, but when they're feeling like that, and that is their stuff, not mine, if it has to do with something that you just have to let them fix on their own. But being loving, you can be loving, you can be kind, peace, joy. You can send them positive states of energy. But wanting to be comfortable and strong within your own frame may make you feel like a bad person. When you are your true self that doesn't need to fix the outer and how other people feel, whether they like you or don't like you, you are spiritually connected. They may be intimidated by that type of energy. So intimidation is you are owning it. You can be a polarizing figure, some may consider. Some really like you and resonate with you, and some may strongly dislike you because of your confidence. But you just own it. You be you because you're good enough for being you, not because of what someone else is going to make you feel like. We are living in an elevated state because we choose to do the inner work on ourselves. We're not doing this for other people. Remember, you're not living your life for other people anymore. You don't need fancy car. You don't need status. You don't need more followers on social media. These are all things from outside of us that try to make us change how we appear to the outer. And that also falls into being nice, falls into that. Being nice. I'm going to be nice to you, so you better like me. Do you like me? Do you guys like me on my channel here if I'm being nice to you on video? Do you like me? Leave me a comment below. Does that make you want to comment on my video when I'm being nice to you? Probably not. What if I'm being myself and I say, hey, YouTubers, do you have a problem with being nice to everyone and trying to make them like you in return? How did that feel? The second question compared to the first one. It's just an example. So the more you stop trying to be nice, the more that you are in elevated states, you are kind just for being kind, the more magnetic you are to people because they can feel that he or she doesn't care. Why don't they care? Why are they so comfortable within their energy? Because you've been doing some of my meditations, you've been watching the videos. You are on your personal growth journey. I'm still on mine, but I've become a teacher. That helps you. We are both growing. We are on that path to greatness. You're already there, especially if you're new to the channel and you made it this far in the video. This is a sign you're probably going to want to subscribe to see some more content. But there's a polarity, there's a pull. And when you stop being the needy person that is trying to be nice, you are just yourself, remember? You're not expecting a result. When you're trying to be nice, you're not authentic. You're being someone else to try to get a certain result. When you are your true self, it may feel like you are a bad person, but when you are your true self, regardless of how other people feel, you're going to wonder why you're like that. Most people are not like this. There are a certain few, you may notice them, they are comfortable within their own frame. Some are narcissistic. Narcissistic people don't need anything from outside them, but that's in a very negative way. And then they manipulate the outside to get what they want. But when you stop trying to be nice, people in a room or at an event, you have the energy that you don't need them. You're good enough for being you. He doesn't care. They wonder why you don't care. And their energy, even if they're not completely focused on you, there's a pull there. There's a pull because your energetic field is non-dependent on the outside. And when you change your energetic field from the neediness person, an empathic person that needs things from the outside, to that of the confident human being, that of a spiritually connected person that just loves life for loving it, that does inner work every day because we love ourselves and we love everything and everyone around us. We no longer live through our blockages, all of these suppressed negative emotions. I'll link in the top corner here a good video I made about the letting go technique. Highly recommend that one. When I started doing the letting go technique, I was able to let go of feeling lack, feeling not worthy, or having to discover my own self-worth, bringing myself back up, and not depending on things from outside of me, social media, watching television, drinking alcohol, doing drugs. These are all things that bring you in elevated states for a short period. But elevated states for a short period But then by the time you get home or you go to sleep and you wake up the next day, you're all the way back down. If you're on at a 9 when you're high, drunk, or you masturbate and you ejaculate, by the time you're done, you're back down to a 2. You've depleted yourself of all your creative energy. And when you stop depending on these things from outside of you to use on your creations, use on your self-worth, and it comes from within, you are then able to share the best version of yourself with people, with the outer world, with your passion and purpose. And then you start to trust in the universe when you're in this elevated state. So I thank you for watching this one. And I will link at the end of the video a video I made last week about stop chasing it. Stop trying to chase a specific thing, and it will come to you quicker. Now, I'll see you on the next one.